Have you ever felt like life is just trying to block your path? Like every time you try to move forward, something gets in your way? We all hate problems, we hate struggles. When we see an obstacle, most of us wish it would just disappear. But what if I told you that the obstacle is the way? What if the thing blocking your path is actually a gift in disguise? This isn't just a fairy tale. This is a powerful short story about a wise king. He wanted to teach his sons the secret to success. Once you understand it, you will never look at a bad day the same way again. If you are looking for motivation to change your life, let me take you back to that kingdom. Have you ever felt like life is just trying to block your path? Like every time you try to move forward, something gets in your way? We all hate problems. We hate struggles. When we see an obstacle, most of us wish it would just disappear. But what if I told you that the obstacle is the way? What if the thing blocking your path is actually a gift in disguise? This isn't just a fairy tale. This is a powerful short story about a wise king who wanted to teach his sons the secret to success. It explores the obstacles in our life and offers a complete mindset shift. It is a life lesson that no book could ever teach them. And once you understand it, you will never look at a bad day the same way again. If you are looking for motivation to change your life, let me take you back to that kingdom. Long ago, there lived a king who was very intelligent. He knew that a nation isn't built by gold or armies, but by the winner mindset and character of its people. He taught his people that the mind is like a mental factory. Whatever you feed it is what you will produce. One early morning, while the rest of the world was still asleep, the king called his soldiers to a lonely country road. He pointed to a spot and whispered, "Place that huge rock right in the middle of the path." The soldiers obeyed. They pushed a massive, heavy boulder onto the road, completely blocking the way. Then they hid. The king and his sons climbed a nearby tower, watching silently from their shadows. The king wanted to know the answer to one question: who will move the rock? First came the king's wealthiest merchants. These were men with power and money. They arrived in beautiful carriages. When they saw the rock, their horses stopped. Instead of helping, they became angry. One merchant shouted, "Look at this! The king takes our taxes, but he can't even keep the roads clear? This is an outrage." They complained. They cursed the king. They blamed the government. They failed at overcoming obstacles because they chose to give up. Not one of them touched the rock. They simply drove their carriages around it, leaving the problem for someone else. Next, a high-ranking soldier came by, a man who was supposed to be brave. When he saw the obstacle, he stopped his horse. He looked at the rock and thought, "This is dangerous. Someone should move this." But then he checked his watch. "I am too important," he told himself. "I have places to be." And just like the merchants, he rode around the rock. Hours passed. Many people came. Some prayed for the rock to move. Some got angry, but everyone did the exact same thing. They ignored their responsibility. They focused on the problem, but winners focus on solutions. The sun began to set. The sky turned purple and gray. Finally, a vegetable farmer came walking down the road. He was not rich. He was not powerful. He was exhausted. He had been working in the fields since sunrise, his clothes soaked in sweat, carrying a heavy basket of vegetables on his back. This man knew the value of hard work. When he saw the boulder, he stopped. He was tired. His legs were shaking. It would have been so easy to just walk around it and go home to sleep. But he knew that to succeed, you must always create your own path. He looked at the rock and he thought, "If I leave this here, someone might get hurt in the dark. Someone has to move it." He decided to go where the fear is. He had the discipline to do what was right, not what was easy. The farmer put his heavy load down. He walked up to the cold stone. He pushed with his shoulder. He pushed with all the strength he had left. His muscles trembled. His breath was heavy. Inch by inch, the rock began to move. He refused to quit. He showed us the power of resilience. Even when it feels like you have to climb your mountain alone, you keep pushing. With one final loud grunt, he rolled the boulder off the road. He stood there, panting, wiping the dirt from his face. But when he looked down at the spot where the rock used to be, he saw something strange. Lying in the dirt was a leather purse. The farmer picked it up. It was heavy. He opened it and his eyes went wide. It was full of shining gold coins. And inside there was a note, written by the king himself. It read, "This gold is for the one person who cared enough to move the stone." At that moment, the king stepped out from his hiding place with his sons. He looked at the farmer, and then he looked at his sons. He said, "You see, the obstacle in the path was not a curse. It was an opportunity. The rich men ran from it. The soldier ignored it, but this man faced it." My friends, life is exactly like that road. Every problem you face, every boss that gives you a hard time, every failure, every struggle is a rock on your path. You can complain about it, you can blame others, or you can be the one who moves it. Remember 4 things in your hard times: courage, hard work, faith, and persistence. You must walk your own path, because underneath every obstacle, there is gold hidden for you. Not always money, but strength, wisdom, and character. This is the message of Wordy Tales. So the next time life blocks your way, don't ask why me. Stop making excuses, smile, push the rock, and see what treasure is waiting underneath.